Thank you. We're going to begin now. For our next spotlight, it is my great pleasure to introduce to the stage the founder of the Art of Living Foundation, His Holiness Sri Sri Ravi Shankar. Your Holiness.
Good afternoon, everybody. I think I don't need this much. I know you all have been having an excellent discussions. In today's world, the challenges are many, but are the solutions also many? Where are we heading? Are our education system in place to meet the challenges? Are we creative enough? I mean, these are the questions that obviously arise in our mind. I feel if the world had little more humor, it would have been a better place. I would like to tell a story. Once an angel of peace descended in Ireland, and it went and asked a Protestant minister, "Do you have any roadmap for peace?" The Protestant minister said, "Send all the Catholics to Rome, there will be peace in Ireland." And the angel went and asked the Catholic priest, "Do you have any roadmap for peace?" He said, "Be done with the Protestants, there will be peace." And then the angel went to a rabbi there and asked, "Do you have any roadmap?" He said, "I don't have any special plan. You just satisfy both their wishes. There will be peace in Ireland." We have globalized potato chips, we have globalized soft drinks, we have globalized telephones, we have globalized everything but wisdom. I would say even if a small part of this planet is left without a broad mindset or wisdom, the world cannot be a safe place to be in. As long as a few people think only they will go to heaven, everybody else is going to hell, they're going to create hell for everybody else. And this is happening in the world today. I think because we have not educated these young minds in a broader mindset. They need to know a little bit about all different cultures and religions and have a sense of belongingness with everybody. Don't you think so? I often say, I'm just a child who refuses to grow up. And I feel I belong to everybody and everyone belongs to me. Nowhere in the world anybody can make me feel out of place. Because it is from my own side, we have to take, for every single individual will have to take a stand that I am a global citizen. I belong to the whole world and everything else in the world is part of me. I see this as the real education. What do you say? Are you all with me? The basic crisis in the world today, as we see, is a question of identity. When someone identifies oneself to a particular culture or religion and gets stuck there and thinks only those who belong to this set of ideas and ideology belongs to me, no, everyone else is beyond that boundary, that's when the conflict begins. I see the basic cause of conflict as this lack of basic identity that we are human beings. We are human beings first and foremost, are spark of one divinity, and then human beings, and the third place we are male or female, and the fourth identity we belong to this religion or that religion, fifth place we belong to this country or that country. When the priority of identity is in a right order, There is no problem. Because every culture wants to keep its identity. Every religion wants to keep its identity. Every language wants to keep its integrity and identity. It's fine, it is necessary. But the priority of identity when gets shifted, first and foremost, I am this religion or this language or this culture, the humanness dies down somewhere. And it is absolutely essential today to uplift the human values. Make people come from their heart. Live a dimension of trust, of belongingness, of compassion. And I think this is possible through education. You know, our foundation has worked with the terrorists in Kashmir and the Naxalites in Bihar, Madhya Pradesh and Andhra Pradesh in India. You must have known about the Naxalites. They are the communist ideology. They're anti-everything. They're anti-rich, they're anti-West, they're anti-religion, they're anti-anything. They don't know why they are anti, but they're just rebellious. And they make bombs, they kill, and the biggest problem today, as our Prime Minister of India has said, the biggest concern in India today is Naxalites, the violence among these people. That terrorized village after village, district after district, and disrespecting the political, democratic methods and means. And when we worked with some of these people, taught them some breathing exercise, make their mind a little calm, you know, there was a big difference. 8,000 of them laid down their arms. The government was very happy with that move. But these people just needed that education of broad-mindedness, a broad awareness, you know, that you are a global citizen. Hey, come on, wake up. See, violence is not the way. Have a commitment towards non-violence first and foremost. Makes a big difference. This I have seen. Of course, it's a work done by hundreds and thousands of volunteers. I simply take credit. You know, banks give credit, and spiritual organizations, religious, spiritual organizations, we take credits. Anything good happens, says, oh, okay. That's because of, whatever. Same with the extremists in Kashmir. First we went through the prison. We went to prison and taught people simple breathing technique. This is based on the theory that, see, our breath is linked to our emotion. We can't directly handle our emotions. Through breath we are able to handle them. If you are depressed, you don't know what to do other than taking Prozac. 27% of Europe is depressed today. And the psychiatrists say today that in coming 8 years, 48% of Europe will become depressed if the same trend continues. And depression is a phenomenon, whether socially, culturally, or whatever other things that contributes to it. But to combat that, we can make use of our breath. A potential tool, a very powerful tool to harness the mind. We have done this experiment in Washington DC here, where we took about 30 street kids, and in 7 days, the school dropouts, the street kids who were in violence attitude, on their own they came up and said, we want to go back to school. And we will bring back those other boys who have gone astray. Because neither at home nor in school we teach anyone how to manage their negative emotions. You feel anger, frustrated, upset, or jealous. Sermons are given to them. Don't get upset. It's bad to be jealous, bad to be greedy. But a technique has not been how not to do it. When it takes over your mind, when depression comes to you as a big force, how do you handle that? This knowledge has not been. That's where the Foundation Art of Living is, and the volunteers are doing. Teaching the breathing technique, rhythms. how the breath can eliminate stress, and breath can invigorate you, bring up creativity in you, and make you more live in the present moment, not brood about the past or worry about the future, but rather with a sharp mind to plan for the future. So I would say, in short, clock is ticking. A violence-free society, disease-free body, quiver-free breath, confusion-free mind, inhibition-free intellect. You know how many type of inhibition, what all type of inhibition people carry against each other. The prejudice-free mind, intellect, trauma-free memory, and a sorrow-free soul is a birthright of every citizen of the planet. And to bring that, we need to integrate the values, the knowledge of yoga, meditation. This will all be a very good tool and aid. And bringing people of different cultures, traditions, mindsets together. As I was saying, in Kashmir, there were 1,500 Hizbullah Mujahideen youths who had undergone a program one by one last 6 months. And the big transformation that they have experienced, we have a short videotape, about 4 minutes or so. When time permits, I would like you all to see that and hear from their own words. They said, before we used to think when we kill people we are going to go to heaven. Say, now I feel that I have to work for the entire planet, for all the population. Doesn't matter to which religion or country or language they belong. They are all part of me. That broad mindset had dawned in those people. But it's just a drop in the ocean. As you know, the extremism world over is very big. I mean, it's just a sample that what a breath can do, what transformation love can bring. People have not given their lives for physics, chemistry or mathematics, but they have given for religion, philosophy or spirituality. They are ready to give up their life. So somewhere when this is touching so deep in people's mind, we need to secularize religion today. We need to secularize religion, spiritualize politics so that politics will be bereft of corruption, and socialize business where every business has a social responsibility. They engage in activities which would help a corporation, the people, the society on a sustainable development. So religion needs to be more secular in the sense they have to have a more inclusive attitude. The diversity needs to be respected. Unless we give this broad education to our children, to our youngsters, the world cannot be a safe place. What do you say? Don't you agree with me? And one more thing I would like to add here is, see, today's youth has been bombarded with so much of information that he suffers from attention deficiency and retention problem. You talk to them for 10 minutes and ask them to repeat 3 sentences, you would be surprised. It will be very tough for them to do that. Most of them cannot retain even 2 minutes of a talk, of a 10 minutes talk. This ability of our mind to understand more, retain more, and be more attentive, more present, can come using our own breath as a tool. From age-old times, in yoga and meditation, breath has been used as a tool to calm the mind and to bring a focus to the mind. And this knowledge, I think we need to globalize now. We need to bring it to students and businessmen everywhere, so that the 21st century can face its challenges of stress with a smile. So if you have some questions or interaction on that.
Hi.
Hello.
Steve Myers here. I thought that was a very interesting statement you made about secularizing religion and spiritualizing politics. I'd like to hear a little bit more about your thought on that.
As I said, when a student studies only their own religion and think this is the only word of God, this is the last word of God, then they are going to cause problem. So they should know a little bit of all other religions. There are 10 major religions in the world, and there is no harm in learning a little bit about every religion, knowing that all roads lead to the same goal. See? So it's only a different flavors in different religions, and diversity is something we must accept and honor. Then we'll not try to say convert people or try to say I am better than you or my religion is better than yours. That idea will come, And I would say spiritual practices or spirituality is something which unites people of all religions. Whereas differences of religion can remain in spite of that unity as a celebration rather than as a conflict. In India we have demonstrated this very well because the Hindu tradition is not one tradition. There is amalgamation of hundreds of schools of thought, but everybody lives in coherence.
When the religions treat social values differently, and in particular when they treat the role of women differently, how do you deal with that? Because that seems like a very hard cultural... It's not just a question of religion in that case, it's also a question of human rights.
Correct. Then that's what I said. In the first thing I said, humanness, we are first and foremost human. That identity should overrule all other identity. Human values first and everything else should come later. Then we will be really secularizing the religion. No, I would say truth, trade, tradition and technology have to update itself very often. If the trade and technology are not updated, if they are outdated, they can't survive. Same with tradition and truth. They need to be revived again and again according to the time and place. There should be that adaptability.
Your Holiness, I'd like to thank you personally for your contribution to our deliberations, and I'd like to join everyone in thanking you.
Thank you.